morning, people. It is 9:30ish on a Sunday. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick tour of the home garden. I know I've been kind of like posting a lot about the plot, and it's because I've been doing a lot of work at the plot, but that doesn't mean I haven't been working here. I'm starting a series on the grow bags. If you guys haven't noticed, I think there's been 2 videos now. I'm gonna make another one right after this, actually, where I'm going to be planting out the rest of it and what I'm going to be doing to maintain it. So stick along to that series. This one is just going to be a quick garden tour. I haven't done it in a while, so I wanted to show you guys what's going on. We're going to start on the end here. Opening up my greenhouse. Wow, that does look like peppers. These are all supposed to be marigolds. Literally, all supposed to be marigolds. We have 1 marigold, we have 2 marigolds, we have 3 and 4. That looks like a pepper. That definitely looks like a pepper. These 2 definitely look like peppers. That I don't know, but I should water this. These were all supposed to be French marigolds, and there's another sprout here. I'm not sure what it is. So I've got 4 marigolds. Okay, I do need to water this though. The sub pod in here, I do need to check it. I have a video that I started filming with the 2 sub pods at the plot, to where I was adding more stuff to it. I'm gonna go ahead and my camera or my phone died on battery that day, and so I couldn't actually do a final, like a sign off on that one, and that I had started as part of a video that you guys have probably already seen on that. That's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna shoot the intro, do this one, and then I'll attach that portion of the video to the end, and then I'll do a sign off on that, but that's coming, so stay tuned for that. So marigolds, as we enter the garden in the fall, I planted 5 different mums, all in the beds. I think we lost 1 or 2, so we're down to 4. This one already has flowers. These things have gotten bigger, by the way. It was like half the size. This one, like, it was also, well, the same size. It was a small pot, maybe like 1 gallon, maybe 2 gallon. I put it in here. This thing has freaking exploded like insane. I did plant sunflowers all the way around. This is the only one that came up. I think these are giants. They're supposed to be giants. Apparently I might have planted sun gold. Check it out, we've got a tomato plant back here. I hadn't actually seen that. But I learned recently that different colored mums bloom at different times. So I guess it's time for this red one. I think this is like a red-orange color. We'll see. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Went to K1 Speed last night for my son's birthday. We have the papaya tree, papaya-ing. We have a zinnia, the mum. This is probably one of my favorite things this year. I do want to trim it back, but I don't want to, because I kind of want to have more space here. I don't necessarily want to espalier the sucker, but part of me just wants to like cut it along the bed, so all this here is just gone. I did feed the trees. I fed them maybe a few weeks ago now. I fed them the fruit tree fertilizer. I'll go ahead and put it down below. It's one from Down to Earth. Love their products. I don't use a lot of fertilizer. I really don't. Other than like compost, homemade compost made at the plot, or fish emulsion usually at the beginning of the season. So I do use sometimes their BioLive, and sometimes I use like their general all-purpose mix. And when I had citrus trees, I use their citrus mix. I don't have citrus trees anymore. That was a previous life. But anyway, this was a tree that I got a few years ago from a friend whose mom has a bunch of fruit trees in your yard. And we got to talking. He figured out I was a gardener. Hello, Felipe. If you're watching this, his mom was like, hey, what does he want? And so I said, I kind of want a pomegranate tree. So the woman grafted it for me, or cut it, planted it, did the whole thing. And it kind of sat over here in this corner in a grow bag. Didn't do all that hot. I said screw it, let's plant it in the ground, essentially in a raised bed, and it has exploded. I fed it, and I think last week got maybe 1 or 2 fruits. This year I can already see like half a dozen fruits or more that have already been pollinated and are growing. So very excited for this. I have to look up as to when to prune these because I just don't want to go all crazy on this. But looks like we're going to have a decent amount of pomegranates this year. So let's see if I can move that out of the way. The cable's kind of annoying me. Anyway, I do see grass that I need to pull, right? That's the thing, like they keep coming up. So we got cilantro and we got some zinnias. Oh, the zinnias are ready to bloom. See that? They're all turning toward the sun because the sun rises over there in the east and it sets over there in the west. But again, because this thing's in the way, kind of has to do that. And I definitely want to trim this back because of my first bag here. I'm thinking tomato because it's all the way in the back. Everything in front of it is going to get full sun, and then that way it might protect the cilantro for a little bit longer. The zinnias will be fine with the sun. They enjoy the sun. They're fantastic for the sun. So I'm thinking tomatoes, a tomato plant. I've got like a dozen tomatoes. I gotta figure out which one. And I'm gonna do each bed basically, or each grow bag as its own ecosystem. It's its own thing. This is the one that had the root knot nematodes. I planted onions. I did plant some French marigolds in here. I've got like 3 that came up. Like marigolds and I just don't get along. I normally just buy the flats from one of the growers in the area, but I guess I went too late this year and all they had them is in 4-inch pots, and I prefer to buy them in 6-packs just because they're cheaper that way. And so I'm gonna try and plant some more marigolds. If they don't come up, then I may just plant more zinnias or an easier flower, because that's what I need for that bed for the root knot nematodes is marigolds, especially the French marigolds, because something to do with the smell and something to do with the chemicals in the roots and whatnot is going to be good to get rid of those. I do have, these are onion sets, so these will never bulb up, but at least this way we have something in there that they don't like. That's another one of the mums. We've got 2 peppers. I had tossed in some greens in here because I just had so many freaking seed packets. I'm telling you guys, this year, if I haven't said it on the home garden videos, I've said it in other ones. I'm trying to get rid of seeds. I'm trying to just plant them out and see what I get out of them. We've got a lot of greens in here. A lot of this, and then on one of the other, that one there, it's just a bunch of tatsoi and bok choy and pots, you know. I might even have tatso in there. We got 2 eggplants. We got some basil going all the way around. I also dropped in some nasturtiums and some bush beans. The bush beans haven't come up, so I'm kind of curious as to what's going on. This one was mixed in with some compost, and so we are having some. It's not gonna help if you're not into the soil, dude. Oh yeah, this needs to be watered. And so we are getting a lot of volunteers. We have a bush bean. This one and that one are supposed to be the Armenian cucumbers. The 2 in the middle are supposed to be the Charlotte melons. This I'm thinking, I think this is the other one that I think this is the one I'm gonna use for one of these metal cages. I'm thinking I'm going to plant Minnesota midge cantaloupes. I think it's 3 to 6 feet long, multiple fruits, and so I may go ahead and do the same thing. I'll get to that one in a second because that's going to be something similar. Lettuce needs to be pulled because it's already bolted. So the ones on the end, I said Armenian cucumbers. The ones in the middle are Charlotte cantaloupes, melons. This is the other bag I was talking about. So you have the 4 peppers. So the 4 peppers, Mom went to Home Depot, just happened to be there. Text me a picture and says, hey, did you want peppers? I said, I really don't have sweet peppers this year. And my peppers this year, other than the volunteers I just showed you, have not done all that great, and they're like really small. And honestly, I just didn't get a chance to do them. Because again, I'm using old seed, and the ones that I did plant, only like some of them came up, so it wasn't a whole lot. Anyway, so she calls me and says, hey, or texts me, she says, hey, do you want peppers? She sent me a picture of the tags. It's a yellow, red, orange, and purple pepper. Don't remember which is which. You just kind of mix them all in. She got me 2 packs. Well, I didn't actually respond as to how many. I come home and there's 8 pepper plants. So I planted 4 there, 4 here, and I had already seeded all this with all these greens, and so that's why you have this carpet of green underneath. So I'm gonna go through and chop these off as baby greens, and we'll use them in a salad, or we'll use them in something, or maybe a stir fry, because these are Asian greens. I already told you about those. This one, we have the honey boats, which are basically the mini butternuts. I might just leave the 2 on the end and take out the middle one. We have crimson giant radishes, we have nasturtiums, and we have beets on the side. These are pretty dry, so I gotta water these. This is just a tote of bush beans. Again, just planting all kinds of random seeds. These came up. There was only like 6 left. I planted all of them here. 1 ended up dying on me, so I've got just the 5. But this shows you that you can literally grow in anything. Alright, so we have these 2 are Persian cucumbers. I don't know that I've ever seen cucumber leaves this freaking massive. And we have the red curry squash. I planted red curry also on this side, but I think that the Persian cucumbers kind of shaded it out, and that's fine, because it's supposed to be red curry, and 2 Persian cucumbers in the middle. What ended up happening was one basically shaded out red curry. I'll leave it in there and see what it does. 2 giant Persians, and then 2 curries over here. I planted 4 on both sides, or 4 on either side of the red curry, because I just didn't want to leave seeds. I don't want to leave like 2 seeds or 3 seeds in a packet. I just planted them all. And then just thinned them. But at this point I haven't thinned them, because I've got 2 massive red curry squash coming up here. One, I think I was going to try and put it up that trellis, but now seeing how big these Persian cucumbers are, I don't know. And besides, I don't have the red curry. I mean, the red curry is over here. It's just not there, because it's being shaded out. This is my wax jambu. I think I figured out this weekend or yesterday that it probably grew into the ground below it. And I was reading up. I did feed this as well, just like I did the pomegranate. I think as long as I keep it trimmed and I keep it short, we should be fine. And as long as we just keep it watered and everything. It said that the only issue it might have is if it might try to grab nutrients from the beds next to it, or from the grow bag next to it. As long as I keep it small, short, the roots should only go out as far and as big as the canopy on the tree, so we should be fine. I just realized I need to put up a string trellis here, or string rather, so I can run up this red curry, and then the other one over here I might just like let it come through here. So we did those. These, we have Alice's Dream Tomato, we have a Jimmy Dardello pepper already on that one. Basil, of course, in front. I don't know what happened with the basil in front up here. We have onions all over. We also have grass coming up all over. We have basil. Basil this year, I'm just kind of going hardcore on it. I kind of just wanted to, mostly for companion planting, because basil grows insanely well for me every year, knock on wood. And this is a black strawberry tomato. My buddy Kate got me some plants. On most of them she gave me labels. There was only like 2 or 3 peppers that don't have labels, but just based on the leaves I can kind of have an idea. It's like, is this going to burn the hell out of me, or is this going to be sweet? So we have black strawberry, cherry tomatoes, and these are Alice's Dream. I think I grew these last year and I really liked them, and so that's why when she told me that she had that, I said I want that one. The Jimmy Dardello from her. The plants I usually get from her usually do really well, so I'm not worried about that at all. This is the only one I'm worried about. This looks like a hot pepper. It is in that family. But the thing is she's also growing ají dulces, which, if you guys don't know, it's one of my favorite peppers. I got it, real quick story on that. I got it in a large seed swap years and years and years ago on Facebook. I don't remember what I sent the guy, but he sent me like a bunch of different pepper varieties. That one was the one that I loved. I've been growing it out ever since. I didn't plant any this year. Usually they do really well, but like I said, for some reason my peppers didn't do all that well this year. I do have some. And anyway, and I think partially just because it's old seed. Anyway, so I ended up giving her some plants, I think last year or the year before, because she was helping with the She was helping with the giving garden at the community garden plot, and so I gave her, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them. So she went through and planted all of them, and I know she planted some at home, and so I don't know if that's what this is, but she did find ají dulce seeds from a seed company, I can't remember which one off the top of my head, online. And I think that one, the variety is a tiny bit different from the ones that I had, or have. I still have seeds. But I don't know if that's what that is. She does have other hot peppers, so it could be one of those. Anyway, we have 3 jalapenos. Those came with labels. That one didn't. So that one could be another jalapeno. It could be something else. I'm telling you, this grass is driving me insane in between here. We do have chard, and a lot of it. It grows really well. There's a lot of grass in here. But I did plant in some some Parisian carrots. We'll see how those do. And these are my purple potted pole beans. These did really well. Last year, the year before, I had them. They literally took over an entire bed. I had if you guys saw that video, great. If not, I'll see if I can find one, or at least show you. But anyway, we had this one, or we had one in the corner, and then another TP on the other end, and it literally just took over the whole bed. It was insane. Bananas, again, fed these. Need to pull these pups out. The pansy bed, this one gets a lot of shade. There we go, much better. This gets a lot of shade, and so I'm not exactly sure what to grow them. In the winter, I said, you know, let's throw some pansies in there, and it is just doing insanely freaking well. I'm really just amazed, because usually pansies don't do all that well. Once they get enough heat and once they get enough sun, they're done for. They usually don't make it that long. It's funny, when a couple of years ago, when somebody online was like, oh, when do you guys pull out your pansies? I'm like, we don't. They literally burn. We do have some cilantro. I'm mixing some cilantro in here just because this is a really shady corner, to see how it does, even though I have it in the other container. Another banana. I do have, I think, 2 pups coming up. These were 3 plants that I still have left over. The eggplants I grew. This pepper plant is the one that Kate gave me. This is one of the other ones. One of the 2 that doesn't have one of the 3 that doesn't have a label. So I might drop those into here. In fact, I've already got enough eggplants. Let's put those like that for now. I might. I do have somebody that I can give those to, though. Oh, we missed this one. Where's the banana? These are green cocoselle. I did add the onions all the way around. I'm telling you, this grass drives me nuts. Garlic, which I don't need to pull for a few more months, but I think it's just about ready. I think it's done. And this is another one from Kate, Nagasaki eggplant, her favorite. So, compost bin, lots of poles, my basket ready to go. But that's pretty much it. Everything's looking phenomenal. Especially these guys. I mean, everything is just looking so well, and I can't even wait to see what kind of stuff this stuff grows. The radishes, once I pull them out, I might just put in something else. But I think might just do another round of radishes or beets. But once even if I only leave 2, once the honey boats are good, they'll take over this trellis. They'll take over this cage. I do want to get rid of that lettuce, though. And I think I have basil I can put in front of that. I got to figure out if basil and the cucurbit family get along. I don't know if I pointed at the other mum. So as far as mums, we have 4. 1, 2, and then a 2 up front. I had them, I think I had like 5 or 6. I think I had like 1 per bed. There was a yellow one that I know I had to take out because it really didn't do anything. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and work in the garden here since I worked at the plot. I mean, that's the other thing I gotta do. I gotta feed these guys. So I'm gonna feed them the fish emulsion at my feet. I did get a new watering can. Literally just for the rows, because I have other containers similar to this, other cans like this, but I don't know where the spout went. And so I'm gonna do that because you want it to be gentle. You don't want the water to like just smash the crap out of the plant. So anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this video. This already says 20 minutes. We'll see what I cut it down to. Alright guys, that's gonna be it on this one. Alright guys, that's gonna be it on this video. I am gonna go ahead and work in here before it gets too hot. I will go ahead and shoot another video as far as planting out those grow bags, so stay tuned for that. I do have a video showing you how I set up one of them, or two of them I think. I do have another video that just went live I think a day or two ago about just growing all your food, and this one is going to be a second, technically a third part in that series. You just trying to grow everything you possibly can and have a nice mix of stuff. Because as I'm looking at this stuff, I have eggplants, peppers. I'm gonna put in tomatoes. I'm gonna put in some basil, so I'll have herbs. I have a tree in this one, but I have bush beans. So I'm going to do tomatoes, melons, and I'm thinking in I think this is the 15 or 20 gallon one. I think I have I'm thinking zucchini, because I do need a summer squash. I'm gonna have the winter squash with the honey boats, but I think I want to do a mix. That way it'll show you guys that you don't have to have the raised beds. You don't have to have anything fancy. I mean, honestly, you can just have in ground, but at least this way, if you don't have a space, like you have a patio and it's all brick, you can bring in grow bags. You can bring in a raised bed as well, but you can also bring in grow bags. Yes, you can also bring in hard containers, but the grow bags I think give you a little more option as far as affordability. And I know you can buy this stuff like a Dollar Tree and whatnot for the containers, but those are really small, and you're gonna have way too many of them. And the smaller they are, the more water you're gonna need to water, and more constant. And you are gonna need to water these pretty regularly as well, just because the fabric, like the water, just leaches out. I may actually attach these to the drip system, but I'm not quite sure because I don't want to put too much stress on it, and I may just do a drip line going all the way around. But that's the good thing about the drip system. It's great in case you forget, but then the problem is, because you are too confident in the system, you don't come in here and actually enjoy the garden. You don't come in here to see what's going on. You don't see the problems that start coming up, and so that's the issue. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do that video. I will catch you guys on the next one. Go ahead and hit the bell notification, subscribe button, thumbs up, comments, questions, concerns, constructive criticisms, please drop them below. Thank you so much. I'm at 670 subscribers now, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head. But thank you for all the new faces. Thank you for all the new comments. You guys went crazy on that short the other day about the guess what this plant is at the plot. I'm not going to know that until I actually see fruit. So, catch you guys later. Peace.